What is up, everyone? I am Chris Knight, and this is the Book of Boba Fett group number 2 roundtable on Khaos Central. What's going on? We are here to have a conversation. What was that?
I think I had to slide his porn screen away for a moment.
No, that's just it. That's his other screen. Yeah, it's just what he has. It's what he watches everything else on. We know. It's all right. He's got a nice little setup there. It's not too different from what I've got. Just his is like flipped around. So, anyways, but we're here to talk about the Book of Boba Fett, episode 6. One more episode to go, and we're gonna see how what everybody thinks about it. The usual cast of characters here. Move everybody around a little bit here. So let's just get started with everybody talking about their channels and all that good stuff. Let's start with Guyscar. Guyscar, tell everybody about yourself, your channel.
Hey, what's up, mi gente? Basco Scenarios, the channel. Got 2 shows going right now. It's called The Hangout on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. and Hold Up Wait Fridays at 8 p.m. as well. My man 36. So check me out. Thanks for having me.
Not a problem. Jason, tell everybody about yourself and your channel, please.
What's going on, everybody? Jason Lee Tucker, Jason Lee Tucker Statements channel. Right now, he's got one show going every week, the late night snack on Friday nights after 11 o'clock with me and Austinator. Possibly going to have another show this week it's going to be called the Coffee Break with Jason and Mike. It's got a local guy here in town. He's got a coffee company, so we're going to have like a sit-down show. Going to talk about his coffee and subjects going on in the world. Also, Wednesday night, I'm on Basco's channel at 8 o'clock. Hangout here on Sunday nights on Chris Knight's channel. And I appreciate for letting me come on tonight.
Not a problem. Up next, Elihu. Tell them about yourself and your channel, please.
I'm Elihu. I'm 5'11". I like the beach. I like watching the stars and sun.
Didn't ask for that rundown.
The other me about myself. Sorry. I have a YouTube show called What's Up with the Universe, where I talk astronomy, astrophysics, all that sciencey good stuff. When I do, it's live at 3 p.m. Eastern time, and I also do little parody, funny videos. If you like Baby Grogu, or Baby Yoda, not yogurt. That's Spaceballs. Baby Yoda. Check out my little video. I made a little parody called Grogu's Day Out on my YouTube page. Sorry.
Okay. Anything else?
Nothing I can think of at this moment.
Okay. Up next, Shellback, TJC. Shellback, tell everybody about yourself, please.
Other than I like long walks on the beach and chocolate, peanut butter cups and stuff. I don't. So I haven't really been doing much of anything on my channel for the last few months. Life has gotten in the way. But Tuesday at sometime in the afternoon, I'm still working out the details. But sometime Tuesday afternoon, evening. I will be doing a stream and saying, "Yay! I'm another year older."
Yay!
That's
one less year to live, man.
But that'll be on the 8th. Just pay attention to my Twitter for details, and it's Shellback TJC, just like you see on the screen here. So,
indeed. All right, and last but not least, number one, how you doing? Tell everybody about your channel and what you're up to.
Number one, I'm in the process of getting ready to move, so won't be doing anything probably until after I'm moved and everything, because it's kind of getting ready to kind of pack everything up and get ready to roll,
I got it. I understand that exactly. All right, I am Chris Knight. The Real Review 3000 is my channel. ADHD for YouTube. That's what I say. Gaming, reviews, opinions, interviews, all that stuff. Do just about anything you can think of. And then, of course, here, Chaos Central, where we have 3 great shows. The Chaotic Conversation on Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Chaos List at Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then the Rule of 3 on Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Check those 3 things out. Of course, roundtables, all that other stuff. We got more stuff on the way. Yeah, check it out. Also, check out chaoscentral.com. And we have a Twitter at Central Chaos. Instagram, Odyssey, BitChute. We'll have a Twitch here before long. So if you're a gamer and stuff and you'd like to be on and play as a person that's part of Chaos Central, let us know. And we'll definitely invite you. Zill Nation King, good to see you. Austinator, I love food. Guys, make sure you share out this stream on your favorite social media site. Smash that like button. Let's get some more people in here. Okay, guys. Here we go. Let's start this way. We're going to start down with number 1, and we're going to go with overall thoughts of this episode. Overall thoughts, number 1, please start.
Yeah, Disney deep faked everybody with this episode.
Okay. Very good. Shellback, overall thoughts.
I mean, it was decent for what it was. But Book of Boba Fett, it is not.
Okay. Elihu, overall thoughts.
I'm still waiting for them to air an episode of the Book of Boba Fett on the show, The Book of Boba Fett.
Okay. Jason, overall thoughts.
A really great episode, but like I said, it's like we said, I think on Gaskar's channel the other night, me and Austin was talking about, it's like tuning in for The Flash, and we get Stargirl instead. But even though it was a good Stargirl, but it was that was the only problem with it. But it was excellent Star Wars. It just had nothing to do with Boba Fett. Very little to do with Boba Fett.
Okay. And Geiskar.
Yeah. It was a great episode. It tied in a lot of Star Wars lore from multiple sources. Got Ahsoka from, Rebels as well as Clone Wars. You got Vane, someone that we wanted to see, that we expected to see, and we got. And I don't know. I really enjoyed this episode.
Okay.
I mean, you can't forget Luke, but can't forget Luke. Can't forget Luke.
Yeah, I really like this episode also. There are issues, but what I think the thing about this episode, this series, is that my issues haven't made me hate this episode, these episodes, or it hasn't made me dislike the series. My issues is I look at it and I'm like, these are simple fixes, people, real simple fixes, and I'll explain how I think some of the things that I did not particularly care for in this episode could have been alleviated or fixed and made a little better, perhaps. At least my opinion on that. But let's start now with what we did like. Start with what we did like. We'll start with Geiskar. Geiskar, tell everybody what we did like or what you did like.
There's very little that I didn't like about this episode, actually. The cinematography was on point. It felt like Star Wars. You got to see R2. You got to see a whole bunch of main characters that basically the reinforcements of what the Star Wars universe is, right? The main characters that revived Star Wars in animation. You got the Ahsoka, you got the old school Luke Skywalker. The CGI on his face was by far 100 times better than what we got on Mandalorian. I believe it's because they got that guy, that YouTuber. They hired that YouTuber, that big stat.
They hired him
that to do that CGI for them. So big difference. It was great. I liked seeing Ahsoka next to Luke. I would have loved to hear more of. Wait, I'm going into dislikes there, but it was overall was good. I like the way it tied it up. I like the way it tied it up with the whole lore. Like I said earlier, it was just good. I got to see a little bit of Boba Fett. That was awesome.
All right, yeah, great. Jason, what did you like?
It's like Basco said, there ain't very much I didn't like about the episode. I mean, we got a lot of Luke. I mean, I was, like we had in the Mandalorian, we had that Skywalker moment they always say, but it was very short. I mean, this episode, I was like, wow, they really, they did Luke's face, not really good, and then we had a lot of Luke. I mean, we got him training, we got him to pull out his lightsaber. He didn't, kill him, maybe he just swung it around a little bit. So I was like, that was fire. Grogu, we get Grogu there. I guess we saw the start of the first temple, the first Jedi temple he built with the little Anticons or whatever they call it, ant bots or whatever. We got to see Ahsoka. I mean, to me, I really think Ahsoka really didn't need to be there because I really would have seen Ahsoka the first time they met Luke, when they first met for the first time, because they already know each other. I mean, the way they, had it. So they've met before. So hopefully we'll get that meeting and, probably in Ahsoka or a flashback or something. I have to probably. But it was still cool seeing her there. So that added, and we had R2D2. I mean, there was so many, appearances in this, especially with the sheriff at the beginning of it. That was fire where he, he took out those couple of pikes and then you got Cad Bane at the end, he comes back and, I don't think the sheriff's dead. I know the deputy's dead, but but I think that was an awesome scene. I mean, we didn't get Boba for that little bit of 15 seconds, but so it was just a lot of stuff. We got a lot of appearances. This is Star Wars. I mean, this is not I would call it the Star Wars: The New Republic series. I wrote and called Boba Fett, but we got a lot of Star Wars that the fans liked, so. I really, really enjoyed it.
Yep, right there. That's what I thought. I was looking it up. I just found this article. It says Mark Hamill didn't record Luke Skywalker's dialogue.
Oh, no,
with
he
Boba
didn't.
Fett.
It was
a
in his
lot of
voice.
people are saying he did. And in fact, if you look it up, the first thing that comes up, it says here, regardless of Luke's skills as a teacher, Lucasfilm did some real CGI magic to bring us to young post Return of the it says Mark Hamill once again returns to voice the character, although his voice has clearly been digitally manipulated to sound younger. And I thought it didn't. I mean, it sounds like him, but I thought it wasn't. They used a program called Lola, which I wondered if they were using a program. So ILM supervisor Richard Bluff recently spoke with Esquire to explain how Lola brought Luke to life. So yeah, that's basically they did it is a digital. They take a bunch of clips of his movie lines and stuff, and it samples it enough to know how he would sound. Because you notice in certain parts of it, it does kind of sound a little off at times.
Yeah.
But anyways, get back to our likes. Elihu, please. What did you like about this episode?
I like the fact that Star Wars is based upon samurai and Western, and we got both of them in this exact same episode. You had samurai, you had Western, samurai, Western, samurai. I'm like, I love how they're incorporating back and forth, back and forth. It wasn't a break between something odd and even. No, it was Western, samurai, Western, samurai. I love that solid tradition. I love the opening sequence where you had the sheriff just nonchalant was like, hey, I can cause you guys trouble, but come on, give me here a break here. And I love that he was just all nonchalant about that. And that one shot to take down two of those pikes, that was great.
Okay.
I did like some of the musical score when they was playing some of Yoda's theme song when they was doing the training montage with Luke. I did enjoy the better deep session, deep voice, and deep face. It was a hell of a lot better than the one we had in The Mandalorian. I totally agree with you on that one, Jason. I like the fact that we got a cameo from Boba Fett. He finally showed up in the series. I like that. Yay. I'm not sure if you guys realize this or not, but they were trolling politicians. When big things happen, all of a sudden a politician has a scheduled vacation. That was a troll toward politicians, if you guys didn't realize that. Why was the mayor's aide there? Like, oh, okay, scheduled vacation. I get it. That's a little political joke, in case you guys are not aware about that.
Mm-hmm.
I did like the fact that if you actually watched a Order 66 from Grogu's perspective, he's in some kind of casing. You can see this. You see his from his eyes, but there's some kind of casing. Like, what is he in? Is he hiding in a droid? Is he hiding behind a shelf? I mean, what is he in? Because the stormtroopers did not notice him. They said, go. They didn't say, get that one. They just walked past him like he was hiding. I love how they just basically leave it up into the air of mysteries. Like, okay, who rescued him? How are we going to speculate this? How's the fan theories going to generate more feed for the Book of Boba Fett on this? Especially toward the ending. The choice that Grogu had to make. I mean, we already know that he's not going to be the first student because if they want to go to Star Wars lore, Leia wasn't technically his first student. So, I mean, why give us that little cliffhanger choice if you want to go with the lore? Come on. We know this. Yeah, great. He's got Mithril. Yay! But he's not going to pick the lightsaber. He's going to probably end up picking the armor and going back with Mando. Yeah, because the fans love Grogu, and I think this was. I love that part, but that's part of the party negative. Sorry.
Right.
Other than that, it was a great storytelling. I loved how it went Grogu, then Mando, then back to Grogu. I love that part.
Okay. All right, Shell. What did you like about this episode?
Well, I wasn't like pissed off like I was a couple of weeks ago.
Okay.
I like I said, it was a decent episode of Star Wars, okay? And I say decent. It wasn't great, okay? Sorry guys that thinks it's great, but anyway. It's decent episode of Star Wars, but the damn name of the show is the Book of Boba Fett, and we got another episode of The Mandalorian.
Okay. Number one, what did you like?
And probably just R2 and Cad Bane, and that's about it.
Okay. All right. I would say for me.
Sorry, I forgot about the Cad Bane part. If you guys noticed, when the shadow first appeared, you got the light little Western music, but as soon as Cad Bane's shadow actually came into focus, the music got louder.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. I'm sorry. It's like realization. Cad. Fucking Bane.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Chris. Sorry, I forgot about the word.
So, I liked all the little going around talking to, so Mandalorian comes. I really don't know why they showed that here, but I did like the scene, watching Grogu and Luke's interaction. Great to see, Ahsoka again. We'll see what that turns into on this. Maybe nothing. I liked the Marshal showing back up. Really liked that. That whole scene, great. I do think I like the fact that the short amount that we did get Boba Fett, we did see that they, that he's planning something, or they're working on planning things, because they're talking about things starting to go on in the city, and he was at the holographic display of the city, so that was kind of neat. I'm kind of surprised why the mayor's handler is even there, unless he's just being held hostage, which I guess that's possible. But I think the big thing here that everybody wondered about, and now it's obviously happened, is Cad Bane. That Cad Bane scene was really freaking awesome. I think for a live action series, the stuff they did for that looked really good. I know a lot of people talked about how he doesn't look exactly like Cad Bane does from Clone Wars or whatnot. If you look up,
he's a little pale.
it's a little paler and a little puffier.
Yeah.
He's a little puffier. But if you watch Star Wars Theory, if you go to the YouTube channel Star Wars Theory, he has a very good explanation for why. Basically, trying to remember his race.
Moidian,
but
isn't it? Or no,
what?
not.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Moidian or
something like that? I have to go look it up. But the race that he is, at this point, he'd be near 70 years old of that race's species. And that's extremely old for that race. It's like 90 to 100 of human years. So obviously you're not going to look the same. It brings up a lot of good points. So I'm okay with the way he looked. It still looked amazing. And I think bringing him into this is awesome. And the way they introduced him, just perfect. So there were some really good things in this episode. So let's start with Geiskar on what we did not like. What we did not like. Geiskar, go ahead.
I found the whole Luke and Grogu scenes interactions way too long.
Yes.
I don't think that had its place in this series. It was almost like they forced it upon it in order to bring in traction and merchandising to bring Grogu back, right? Yes, we have series where the main actor is not in every single episode, but this being a 7-episode miniseries or limited series, because we don't know if we're going to get another season of this. To be honest with you, I wouldn't care if we didn't, the way it's gone so far. Right? For that, just have him cameo in freaking Mandalorian and they could do the same justice, right? Because until now, the 2 best episodes were ones without him that he has less presence on. So did that hurt the series? In my opinion, I think it did. It hurt the name of Boba Fett, that's for sure.
Yes.
These 2 episodes made people more interested into the series, but not because of Boba Fett. Because of the Mandalorian and because of Luke, because of Ahsoka and Cad Bane. Now, that's my gripe. Besides that, I think it was fine. I didn't have an issue with the appearance of Cad Bane. I know some people had the issues that he wasn't the same as in the comics, as in the cartoon. But it's different when it's real life. Not everything can come out 100%. Yeah, they did a great job. Remember people saying, "Oh, they did a great job with Ahsoka." Then you had other people saying, "Oh, her tentacles weren't the same as the comic book, right? As a cartoon." So you can't expect everything to be the same. So yeah, those were my major gripes about it, basically.
Okay, not bad. Jason, what did you not like?
It's very hard to find. I'm sort of with Basco on this. Some of the Luke scenes and Grogu were a little too long. I mean, they could have, cut them down and probably had more into the Tatooine situations going on and all that. The only really gripe is we have 1 episode left, and there's a lot to do in that 1 episode. Unless we got a 2-hour finale or this goes into Mandalorian season 3, continuation. We got a lot to go. I mean, because we still ain't seen that Rancor training riding, and we ain't seen. So it's more gripes as I'm worried about that last episode. If it's 30-40 minutes episode, it's gonna be wanted. That he's gonna fly over and hit the pikes, or Luke or Grogu is gonna come choke force everybody, and that's the end. Or that's the only thing I really got to gripe about. I'm worried about the next episode. Is if it's one and this is a one and done season. It's a lot to cover in that last episode. Besides that, I mean, like I said, you can nitpick it maybe about some of when Luke was running. It was some of maybe when they were doing the facial things, it might have, but it wasn't bad. I mean, it was, like I said, it was way better than The Mandalorian. But I mean, you have to really nitpick. I mean, it was a really great episode. It's hard to find anything besides some things that could, like I said, trim down and probably focus more on Tatooine or the Pikes or something a little, 10 minutes, 10 minutes off of the Luke's, or 5-10 minutes, and then put it over on that side of the galaxy. So that's about it.
Okay. Elihu, What did you not like?
I found this episode to be very predictable. Yeah, it's like everything that's going to happen. It's like, yep, I figured that's going to happen in the course. Like the sheriff comes up, it's like, okay, he starts negotiating with him. Okay, he's gonna take them all down except for one, let them walk away. Yep, predictable. I'm like, okay, that scene right there. Why the hell would you keep dust that looks like sand in a box where the sand can get in it? Shouldn't you wrap it up and seal like plastic or something? Come on, that makes no sense whatsoever. And I do agree with you guys that the Luke and Grogu scenes went on way too long. I believe they just pandered for fan service. Like Jason said. Merchandise, Baby Yoda, Grogu sales got skyrocketed. Yay! I did appreciate the deepfake, better deepfake of their features, but they should need to do something with the voice and the mouth. The lip sync was kind of like watching a Japanese movie. About 90% of the time, his mouth was not synced up to his words. That's the only problem I have with the deepfake. His face was perfect except for the mouth. I'm like, I watch a Japanese version of Book of Boba Fett in 1980s here. Like I said, it was way too predictable. Did you not see when the Pikes walked into the bar and with the little tribute thing and they left empty-handed? I'm like, wait a minute, that's a bomb. Did you not see that coming? Come on. And when Kat was telling the townsfolk, hey, this is leave us, stay out of this, go stay out of this, and walks away. That woman that comes to the sheriff's rescue, she looks at the deputy. She's closer to him. It's like, he's shot, but I'll go way over here and see the sheriff instead. Like, what the hell? Come on, lady, stop looking at this. Yeah, I'll go see the sheriff. He's hotter. Yeah, right. Come on. I did not like that part. That was kind of funny, but I'm like, you're close to the guy who shot, but you want to run all the way over there for the sheriff. Please, you know the other guy's condition. It was kind of way too predictable because, unfortunately, I love the Bane part, but as soon as his hand went on his gun, first thought to my head was, goodbye, Sheriff. I knew it, because it's Cad Bane.
Well, he's not gone.
No,
the sheriff isn't gone.
I know, but I knew he was going to get shot. He got shot in the shoulder, and I'm like, oh my gosh, goodbye, Sheriff. That's like the first thought that went in my head, because it's Cad Bane.
The deputy is a classic red shirt.
Yes. And I still do not like the fact that if they want to go with the Star Wars trope, Leia was the first student. Why do you want to give us the fucking choice? We know this already if you want to go with that. Or you want to change Star Wars history on this. Please, J.J. Abrams this thing for us, please. Make it better? Quote unquote better? No, we already know this. I mean, yeah, there was 2 lights on the blanket. I'm like, okay, why is this off-lighted on the blanket? Oh, one for the armor, one for the lightsaber. This is a lightsaber, Grogu. Really? Didn't you just show him lightsabers? Doesn't he already know what it is? Hello? Some of that was pandering and pedantic. It was like basically fan service. But I still gotta love me Baby Yoda.
Okay. Shellback, what did you not like about this?
I mean, well, other than the fact of it being more of a Mandalorian episode than a Boba Fett episode.
Okay.
I mean, I was wondering, like, was Cad Bane just trying to get in his cardio? Because like, who the hell just like walks through the desert like that? You know, I mean, like from a distance. You know, it's.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you kind of, zoom in. You zoom in your little spaceship like the Mandalorian did. It's like, I just wanna walk. I wanna walk like a really long distance. I wanna come in from the far distance walking. That was pointless.
1 second, Chris.
I don't know. It was like just more member berries. I guess oh look, hey look, it's Cad Bane. Hey look, it's Luke, and he put baby Grogu on his back like he did Yoda on Dagobah, and he did the flip, and you know, it's just, I don't know, it's freaking. I don't know. It's a little bit on the mediocre side, and you know, it's not about Boba Fett. You know, it's half, like a quarter of the series, if not maybe a little bit more, has been about Din Djarin and not Boba Fett.
Okay. Anything else?
The fact that basically he let Ahsoka talk him out of delivering the armor to Grogu in person. If it was me, I would have been like, you know, fuck you guys, you know, I'm going to see the little dude. And yeah, but no, he's like, well, okay, well, just make sure, you know, just make sure he gets this, you know, and then it wasn't even a, you know, hey, Grogu, Din came by, gave you this, here you go, it's yours. No, she gives it to fucking Luke, and Luke is like, oh, look, you can either choose this, you know, thing that your buddy brought by, or you can choose the lightsaber. But remember, you know, like, attachment's bad, okay? You know, like, no, that we're not going back to the way that the Jedi were running things, okay? That's part of the reason. That's part of the reason of their demise, right there, is the whole, you know, non-attachment, freaking, you know, monk bullshit. You know that, you know, not and
Shellback.
and freaking.
Shellback. I need to interrupt you on that part, Shellback, because when Jedi's had no attachment, there was basically peace. When Anakin started to get attachments, that's when the Fall of the Jedi started. And Ahsoka was Anakin's Padme, so she knows about this. Don't you think she would tell Luke about this, about the attachments? So I was like, okay, no attachments.
Okay, no, that's.
I have a better answer for that, but I'll give it here in a minute.
That's bullshit. Okay, that's bullshit. The freaking non-attachment crap, okay, just led to them being freaking. I don't know if aloof is the right word or not, but basically they became just like too detached, okay, from society, the galaxy, whatever, okay, and that is a really big reason of why freaking things ended up the way they did for them.
Well,
not to mention the fact that Luke him fucking self, okay, left Dagobah.
Yes.
Because of attachment to his friend.
Yes.
Okay. So that right there in and of itself.
You want me to give you an answer why I think that isn't such a horrible thing, how they did it? How he was doing the, you know, take this or this. Remember, a Jedi doesn't have attachments, all that. Here's the thing. He's just starting to become what is now he is the only quote unquote Jedi left. He is the only person to teach. if you're a teacher and you have no other teachers in the world that you can go to and say, so how do you do this? This comes up. How do you do this? Basically, are you not going to go back to just the, how to teach for dummies? He might just revert to how the original teachings were because it makes sense. It's the only roadmap he has to teach. He's not sure if he did the right things. He only did what he thought he needed to do. But remember, the whole point of that in the storyline was that it was supposed to show that the parallels to him and his father, that he began down the same wrong path that his father did. But at the end, when he's there and the Emperor says, kill him, he realizes, oh shit, I am like my father. And that's where it changes. He actually realizes now, I've made these wrong decisions leading up to this point, and all it's doing is leading into what the Emperor has wanted me to do. This is all set up. The Emperor wanted me here. He wanted me in this situation right now. And then when he realizes it, he stops and he decides right then that, no, I'm not going to do these things anymore. So maybe he realizes that Yoda was right. Don't leave was the right answer.
No, I don't
No,
know.
you say no, but why not? That makes some sense, does it not?
No, the way, things happened the way they should have. He needed to go.
He needed that.
He needed to go and face Vader before he was quote unquote ready.
But no. In Return of the Jedi, he was ready, though. That's why he went back. But he realizes all the reasons why Yoda told him not to go. And he probably realizes that was the right answer and that he should be teaching the same thing.
When he went back,
Because when he went back, shit went to lose. Han got carbonated. The dark side was in favor of winning the galaxy. Everything went to shit when he gave into his attachments.
And he might realize Yoda's right. This is what I need to teach. Now, I'm not saying that that's right. I'm just saying, to me, it seems like that's a roadmap. It's the only thing he has that when he becomes a teacher or a master.
His attachments brought Vader back, or brought Anakin back. Okay.
Oh no.
His attachment was hacked off. Talking about his arm, right? That was hacked off.
Only thing that brought Vader back was that his son made a choice not to kill his father, and then his father sees that his son is in danger, and he realizes that his son is sacrificing himself for him.
That is Luke's attachment to his father. That's why
that's his dedication to knowing that his father is still good.
There's still, remember the conversation in the elevator? There's still good in you, father.
Okay, why would you be a conversation that we don't. Why would you be fucking dedicated if you weren't attached? If I wasn't attached to some dude that was basically the most freaking bad in the galaxy.
I don't know if that's attachment or
why would I even give two shits on trying to bring him back to the light side? Why? That makes no fucking sense.
Redemption. But that's how it's how you feel. You don't believe that he would have the idea of the attachments. I understand that. What else did you not like?
Another aspect of that is the fact that if they go down that same road, that same bullshit path of no attachments, okay, then there goes the character of Mara Jade. Okay,
well, Mara Jade isn't in any of this. You cannot attach the EU to this in any way, shape, or form. It has no bearing on this.
Sure, it is.
No, it doesn't.
They nitpick from the fucking EU all the time.
Yes, as soon as they nitpick from it, it becomes canon. But if it isn't in this right now, It isn't in it.
Okay, well, all right,
Until
fine.
Mara Jade shows up, and when they screw that up, then we can talk about that.
Okay, semantics or whatever. Right now, with the whole freaking bringing up the whole no attachment thing again, they are basically throwing out the reintroduction of Mara Jade and their kids. Okay, some very good fucking storytelling. Oh well.
Okay. Anything else?
I guess not, because y'all keep interrupting me any damn way.
No, we're not interrupting. We're bringing up our points on what you're saying, but that's fine. If there's anything else, let us know. Come on. It's fine.
I'm good for now.
Huh. Number one, what did you not like about this episode?
Yeah, this was, to me, the introduction of Luke Skywalker to the Star Wars universe, basically, because he's a complete dick in this episode. Complete asshole, if you want to ask me. Yeah, now I see why his Jedi Order will fall, because he's a complete asshole. I believe that reverting to the old Jedi ways doesn't work, and because of that, with Ben Solo becoming his first student, that's basically the downfall of it, pretty much.
I mean, isn't that kind of what he thought? Isn't that kind of, and I know everybody wants to hate on this movie, but in The Last Jedi, isn't that not basically what he says? Is I thought I could do this the same way that they did it, and then I realized what the problem was, is that the Jedi were so absorbed in their holiness and their, better than everybody else and stuff. So here's the thing. This is all designed, no matter what you want to think about the sequel trilogies, this is all designed to bring the sequel trilogies to the original 6 movies. Mm-hmm. Whether or not it does it right or wrong, I'm not going to even get into that. That is exactly what all of this is designed to do, is to let us see where Luke went wrong and how he became the Luke we see in The Last Jedi. Whether or not it does it right or wrong, or how well it does or doesn't do it, that ultimately is what it's trying to show. And right there is a prime example. Well, if you're a dick to your students, eventually one of them's going to do that. And now it almost is starting to make sense of why he takes it upon himself, to kill Ben. Is that, he's under this idea that I have to stop this, when he never gave the kid a chance and never gave the kid a choice. So, of course, his actions ultimately make Ben make the decision that he was dreading in the first place. Again, assuming he knew what the future was before the future happened, which is exactly what Yoda used to say, be careful of, thinking you see what you think you see. I mean, I think that all builds into that arc of things. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay. I don't like this, Luke. Mm-hmm. Sorry, don't. It's a complete 180 from the awesome Luke we saw at the end of Mandalorian season 2. Mm-hmm. Now he's reverting to, Soy Skywalker, Luke Skywalker, whatever you want to call him. And that Luke I definitely do not like. This to me is the beginning of the downfall of the Jedi in this episode.
Guys, you got to remember something though. This all leads. I don't know what Luke you're expecting to see, because it all leads to the Luke milking that freaking walrus thing.
Yeah, he's all pissed off.
So no matter what we get,
That's my point.
that's what it leads to. So I don't know what this huge expectancy of seeing this amazing Luke Skywalker. You know, we're gonna get this washed down one because that's what it leads to, unless they turn it around in the series that we're gonna get, and they do a different timeline, or you know,
That's the only way to do it.
They're not going to do that, though.
Of course not. Of course not going to do it because that'll be admitting that they
were
did
wrong.
something wrong. Exactly.
Yeah, the Luke Skywalker we saw in Mandalorian was Jedi warrior. This is my business. We didn't go fighting. Hey guys, what's up, man? No, we didn't get no personality. We got warrior.
Okay. What else did you not like?
I mean, that's the main thing I don't like is Luke in this episode.
Mm-hmm.
And it's basically confirming the sequel trilogy, which nobody wants confirmed. Okay, nobody.
Some people do. Listen, there are people who like the sequel trilogy.
End of the day, if you like it or not, it made $5 billion combined. So that's what you got to look at. It's going to be hard to erase it, even if you don't like it.
Absolutely true.
Yeah, I really like them movies that showed the hero of the galaxy turn into a freaking failure of a freaking human being, and awesome.
Yeah,
said nobody.
As much as we can hate it, it made money.
$5 billion. If you
there was one other thing I remembered else that I did not like about it. Can you share the screen? Something got confirmed.
In what?
Book of Boba Fett.
Okay, well, let
that we're all
number one finish. Let number one finish. That I don't know. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay.
Like I said, I gave up on this show a long time ago.
Okay. Okay. What was confirmed, Elihu?
If you can share the screen. Jawas have furry hands.
Oh Lord!
I'm gonna knock the shit out of you, boy.
Dad, I don't like that.
Him that sort like that.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I mean, don't bring up hairy Jawas here. Don't bring it up at all.
One other thing, Chris. This has nothing to do with that, but what did you think about that big skull on top of the Jawas? That thing, it looked like one of those, there's a monster truck. It has like a big cow skull.
Yeah.
I saw that as the first thing I thought of. I was like, oh my God.
I was like, well, it's a dragon thing again. So I mean, it's like.
But if you're into Bigfoot and the monster trucks, there's a truck. It looks like that was a cow skull. I was like, oh my God.
So what? My problems with this again are not things that can't be fixed. This is just again people not understanding things. I know that they're leading to the blue titty milk Luke. It's where they're going with it.
It's actually green. It's green,
blue, whatever. It is the same shit. They just maybe the blue milk's pasteurized.
It's all the kelp. It's all the kelp that those sea cows eat.
Yeah. But I agree with number one. This looks a dick. Hey, look, your friend. I mean, he didn't even have to. He didn't even have to tell him that the Mandalorian brought him the armor. He put it down and says, "Here, I want you to choose. This is the weapon of a Jedi, and this is protective armor for people who don't follow the ways of the Force or who are not part of the Force or something." Say something other than, "Hey." But
it's a test, though. It's a test.
I know it's a test. But the thing is it's like, it's that thing of, we already know the answer. This is so telegraphed anyways. We know what he's going to do. You've already seen the Mandalorian put the bubble on the back of the fucking ship for Grogu. It's so telegraphed. Why are we even bothering showing Luke being a dick? You don't even have to show Luke being a dick. Luke could just bring him back and say, hey, by the way, he's made a decision that he wants to be with you instead. I mean, the whole Luke being a dick thing doesn't need to happen. It's really, to me, very early on to what happens in The Last Jedi. There's a lot between now and then that can grow to him becoming what you see in that movie. It doesn't have to start right now.
I didn't take it as Luke being a quote unquote dick. I just think that it's a stupid path for him to take, to try because that, like I said, it was basically him, alluding to just continuing on with the no attachments freaking BS mantra that that they had when they all got freaking eliminated.
Mm-hmm. But the whole Luke thing was a little long. There were things like, for instance, just throwing Ahsoka in there and then having them talk like they have some connection. We get nothing about that connection. Now I know they're doing the Ahsoka series. Maybe we'll get that scene there where she says, I was your father's Padawan and I left the order because explaining that, and in a sense it also
she did say you're so much like your father.
Yeah, but that doesn't.
What's that reference come from? Yeah,
it doesn't mean anything. They literally there's a couple hour conversation there that the two of them have had now. One being that what?
So they can make 3 episodes of flashbacks for Ahsoka like they did this show?
I don't know about flashbacks. I mean, I'm just saying wherever they start, it could be in her journey to find Thrawn, which I'm pretty sure that's what it's going to be.
We're going to get some Grogu flashbacks. Now, so we already got one, so we know we're going to get some more of those.
Yeah, see, and this is what I'm saying. This is it shows that he realizes the error of his ways and stuff in the movie. So, I mean, this is all leading towards that. But there's a story there. Her leaving Anakin as his Padawan is a part of what leads him to the dark side. He feels like he's a failure at times. He thinks he's better. I mean, you see it in the Revenge of the Sith, is that he consistently believes he should be better, that he's better than that he deserves the spot on the Jedi Council. He deserves to be a master. He believes all this stuff, but everything around him tells him otherwise, and he doesn't like that. So this is a very important step in his path to the dark side, is her leaving. Now, yes, it's her choice, but he takes things personally. And so there's a story there that maybe she realizes that she might have had some portion of, not blame, but she may have had a part in that. But the thing is it's also something that, wouldn't he not want to know more about his father? Obi-Wan never told him about his father. He doesn't know anything really about his father as Anakin. He only knows very basics. And here's somebody who was during the Clone Wars with him side by side during the large portion of it that can flesh out something that he might want to know. I mean, I just think there's a conversation that we didn't see, and it's just this. The one conversation they have side by side is, "Will I ever see you again? You're so much like your father." It's like, where does that come from? I mean, yes, okay. Can I see them getting to that point? Sure, but it's so left. It's horrible pacing. It's horrible writing. that and these are easy fixes. You had all that time of showing the training, which obviously is going to amount to nothing because, again, it's telegraphed that Grogu is going back to the Mandalorian. So why don't you add that conversation between Ahsoka and Luke?
Chris,
You
the last time somebody uttered that he's so much like his father was Uncle Owen when Sleep That was going to happen. So what's bad going to happen right here, huh?
Yeah, but yeah.
So what? So you think we're going to get a barbecue in the next episode?
Barbecue Jawas, maybe.
Barbecue.
What's going on, Sherry? How you doing? The Cad Bane scene. Loved it. Problem. Another spot that you could have put Boba Fett in. There's not enough Boba Fett. Really easy. You have the Mandalorian there talking to the Marshal. What you do is you have Boba and the Mandalorian come in on Slave One. I don't care what you guys want to say about it. Slave One. You have them come in on Slave One to the town. Mando comes in and says, "Guys, hey, he needs your help because this is going on and all of this." And then it makes sense because he caught the pikes out in the desert. And Boba's there with Mando because Mando knows the guy. Boba does not. So it's kind of I'm vouching for this guy. Can you come and help? They have that conversation. Says, you know what? I'll have a meeting tonight. I'll let you know. Then you have them fly off. And at that moment, after he walks out, it shows Cad Bane walking up. This gives the idea that Cad Bane has been tracking or following Boba Fett. Mm-hmm. There's unfinished business there. We know this. It makes a lot more sense for that. Because why is he out there? How does he know that the Mandalorian's out there to help Boba? I mean, what is he doing? Listening in on everything? I think it makes a lot more sense to know that Slave One, watch where Slave One's going. Track Slave One. I'm watching. Oh, he's going to this town. Walk in. I don't know what Boba Fett just told you. I don't know what you're planning on doing, but whatever he's asking you to get involved in, I ask you to stay out of it. It makes sense then. This really fixes and really makes it very interesting because Cad Bane, in this sense, has been following Boba Fett ever since he's gotten out of that pit, or has heard he's gotten out of that pit and is trying to take over this thing. And maybe he's not there with the Pikes. Perhaps he's there with somebody like Crimson Dawn, which earlier on the first roundtable, Nindroid brought up that Crimson Dawn was the ones known for hiring bounty hunters, not the Pikes. So,
he's got some unfinished business with Fennec Shand too.
I was going to say that, dude. I was just about to say that.
So
that's personal
animation.
So there's a lot of stuff here that needs to be wrapped up in the next episode, which I hope they don't wrap up right then because there's too much going on. But there are places they could have put Boba Fett in that would have helped.
Even last week's episode too.
Yeah. But even with all that not happening, like I said, these aren't things that are unfixable. These are fixable situations because it's understanding your overall product. Filoni and Favreau know and understand Star Wars to an extent, but this is obvious. This is Robert Rodriguez doing most of this. I mean, because we're seeing flaws in this series we did not see in Mandalorian. There were flaws in Mandalorian, but that was more timing. That was more where to place the episodes, because the episodes kind of felt out of place, but they didn't feel like they were bad episodes. They could have told a very nice parallel story. And I just think this shows that this is Robert Rodriguez mostly taking over this, and he just doesn't understand Star Wars. So Favreau or Filoni probably should have been a lot closer to this than I think they are. I think this is, and I read online that Disney and Lucasfilm called this Book of Boba Fett Mandalorian Season 2.5. And it's obvious that's what it is. So if it's Mandalorian Season 2.5, I think Filoni and Favreau were more focused on getting Season 3 off the ground and starting. And the reason why I think these two episodes have worked in a sense better than anything else this season is because they're probably more attached to this because the Mandalorian is in it. And it just, this series is constantly giving me the feel that it's somebody who kind of understands that he has something here, but he just doesn't understand what to do with it or how in the Star Wars universe it's supposed to work. And we've seen that in the bike chase. We've seen that in the pacing and the fact that there aren't, like I said, there's not enough people in the town. This town's supposed to be this sprawling metropolis. There's not enough people in the palace. There's a lot of things that we heard George Lucas mention before that he went back to fix, that obviously somebody hasn't figured out that there was a reason why he did that, so they should do the same thing. They should have populated this up. And it doesn't matter. CGI obviously isn't an issue because we just saw half another episode of this damn show with Luke that looked a shit ton better. CGI is not an issue for these people. You put little CGI people in the background. They don't have to look perfect. They just got to be people in the background. So there's a lot of things here that it's just a matter of they don't understand exactly what they're doing with it. So, you know, again, not anything that's unfixable. Just it needs a little more attention to detail. So let's move on now to final grade for this episode and then predictions, because what I have to say, and I guess I'll start this real quick. My prediction for this is that because they called this Mandalorian season 2.5, I think we're going to start the war. We're going to get into the Cad Bane, Fennec Shand, Boba Fett stuff. And then I think they're going to have a cliffhanger, and we're going to get the rest in season 3 of the Mandalorian. Boba Fett's going to be back in that. That's what I think is going to happen. Now I'm going to give this a B plus. I think is what I gave it last time, or in the first one. I think I'm going to stick with the B plus. I liked it. I liked what they did. It looks good. It's fun. Cad Bane was fucking spectacular. I loved that. And it opens up a lot that they could do with it. If they want to do a second season of Book of Boba Fett, fine, whatever. I just don't know if they're going to do that. But even for everything that they did, that's kind of like, what the hell are you thinking? And no Boba Fett. I after last week, I'm just sitting there going like, well, do I want like a whole episode of just nothingness, even with Boba Fett in it, or do I want some sort of substance? And do I want to watch something that's fun to watch? I'm okay with this. Obviously, what are they going to do with Boba Fett if they went this route? What was their idea for a Boba Fett episode? I mean, obviously, there wasn't much. What I would say is this was a 5-episode season, and they're cutting up the last, or maybe a 6-episode season. They're cutting up the last episode in 5, and 6, and 7. Because the little bit we got of Boba Fett here, I think that maybe they're just cutting up little bits and pieces of it for these last ones, and maybe that's what they're doing. I don't know. Geiscar, final grade and thoughts, predictions.
Give this a B.
Chris didn't give us a grade, though.
A B. I'll give it a B.
Okay.
Final thoughts. Expectations. I just hope Boba Fett comes out kicking ass in order to save his name, because right now we got like a watered down Boba Fett that we expected. You know what we got from Mandalorian, that's what Boba Fett should have been, like badass killer, cold hearted. So hopefully we get to see that in the last episode, and it does, it'll be that episode that made the whole series worthwhile. But right now the series is not rewatchable, in my opinion. It isn't. Only those 2 last episodes are worth the watch. Let me ask you this, though, Geiscar. Going to all the Marvel and all the Star Wars series you've gotten so far, how many of them are something you would go back and rewatch? None.
And I think Disney and Marvel and Lucasfilm, they're not looking for rewatchability. They're just looking for moving some bit of a story forward to the next thing that you will go see. That's all I think they care about.
Yeah. They're fillers for bigger projects to come.
Mm-hmm.
Just get people excited about the next movies.
Or whatever the next thing is. I mean, that's the thing. We don't even know what the next thing is when it comes to Star Wars. This is a long, dark tunnel that has no light at the end of the tunnel yet.
Yeah.
With Star Wars, especially. So, I mean, I would even say, even though I don't go back and rewatch them, I'd say Marvel stuff makes more sense because at least it's leading to setting up things that are obviously going to happen in the future.
I can tell you there's more people rereading the EU books than rewatching some of these episodes.
Yeah. I mean, I by no means when I say that the EU can't be brought into can't be used in what this series is doing or what Star Wars is doing. No, by no means should that be taken as I don't think the EU is a much better product, because it is. If they were smart, they'd be taking directly from the EU, and there's nothing that says that they can't. Because just because it says it isn't canon doesn't mean they can't take the stuff that is closest to canon and use it.
The thing is that those are well-written stories.
I understand that, but Disney never wants to act like they can't do it on their own. Disney is the petulant, 10-year-old who thinks, or the 13-year-old who tells his parents, "I don't, don't tell me what to do. I know it. I did." Disney doesn't care. Disney thinks they know the answer to everything, and they don't. Exactly, and it is, and I want you to know that, Shellback. I'm not trying to tell you that the EU sucks or that anything like that. That's nothing to do with it. It is the simple fact that even George Lucas said the EU wasn't canon, but he didn't
But he approved it all.
Well, no, he did not. What he asked of people who were on his team who read them was to at least try to stay as close to his characters as possible if they used his characters. If it did not use his characters, such as the Thrawn trilogy, he really didn't pay attention to it. I mean, there's plenty, like I said, there's plenty of interviews he has where he strictly states, I didn't have time to deal with the EU. He only asked that if they used his characters from the movie, that they stay true to what he had in the movie. And so when Mara Jade and things like that were brought in, they were continuing a story that had no continuation at that moment. So what Disney basically did is really screw themselves by not trying to at least take what had been done and formulate it into something else. That's where Disney kind of screwed himself up. Lucas never had an issue with that because Lucas was forging the path. Now, Lucas probably, if he had done the trilogy, probably would have taken elements of the EU and put it in his movies. But there's no knowing if he would have or wouldn't have. But anyways, so Jason, go ahead.
As a grade, I would say probably a B+. It was, like I said, it was a really good episode and all that. I forgot one other thing was on the dislikes, but it wasn't really a dislike. It's something they really dropped the ball. That Grogu flashback, if they should have had Anakin in the very background, him with the lightsaber, behind the stormtroopers, would have been it would have been a good little thing for us. But I guess they weren't thinking about it at the time. Expectations. We're on the last episode. It's got to continue on to Mandalorian. Like I said, unless this is going to be a quick wrap up, and I gotta hope not. I think we're going to get something that's going to of some meaning. I think I'm gonna throw some salt out here. I think Boba Fett's going to get killed. He is going to die in this next episode. I do not think he will continue on. Maybe Fennec will take over. I'm going to just put that out there. I think he will be taken out.
If that happens, if he dies and Fennec takes over, oh my God, what are we gonna hear?
But I see it happening. I don't know. I'm gonna put it out there. This is not rumor.
Wow.
Just making something I see might happen. So I just
Jason,
I hope I don't go.
You're going to hell. You are going to hell.
I'm just it's like being on the moon and you see the asteroid hits Earth and it's going to blow up. I just see that. That's just the way it just reading between the lines. It's there.
Don't you put that on me, Ricky Bobby?
Hopefully not, but that's probably what we're going to see. Something's going to die. Him or Fennec. One of them, I see one of them's going to die. I don't know. It may not. It may be Fennec or so. I'm just throwing out there. Somebody for meaning for this season is they got to have something that's going to be meaningful.
Kill the mods. Kill the mods.
Well, they should have killed him in the beginning of the show. But like I said, I see continuing on the next probably Mandalorian 3, probably the second part of the war. We probably see Crimson Dawn come in. That's where you probably see Kara, and I don't know about. I know the Chewie and the Han part. I don't know because that's been back and forth rumors. So could be because I know Han supposedly he's going to do a cameo, so it might be a Mando 3 or Ahsoka. He might be doing it. Who knows? And who knows what? And maybe who knows? Ahsoka they might have Ahsoka as Luke's love interest. You never know about that. I was just seeing that way he was all gawky eyed on that planet. So.
That would be so fucking weird.
Who knows? Who knows?
That's called robbing the cradle on her part.
Well, who knows?
I knew your father's dark side.
Oh man.
Man, that gives that whole tentacle porn a whole new
hey, he might like the tentacles, man. You never know.
Yeah, show me that force, Luke. Come on.
So I just throw a little spice in there for everybody. So that's it. B+. Hopefully, God, we have a good episode next week.
Oh my God, yeah. Wow. All right. Elihu, go ahead.
I don't know where top tentacle porn. Okay. I'm going to have to give this episode a B-. The reason why the B- is because I believe they pandered too much on Luke and Grogu and not enough on the Book of Boba Fett and Mandalorian. My prediction basically would be, we all know that Grogu is not going to be the student. It's going to end up in a cliffhanger, which Mando becoming, go down the corner, gun fly from his hand. You see the guy fly back, whoever maybe, or a bad guy. Mando hooks around, there's baby Grogu, there's Grogu with his hand in his air. Roll credits. That's how I see this thing ending, the episode ending. We got no closure on Boba Fett, maybe a part of season 2. But they're going to still pander to the fans, but have Grogu again. A huge Grogu save Boba scene in his little chainmail. That's my prediction. Did you see little Grogu with his hand up? I got you, Mando, buddy! Roll credits.
Chris, you're
got you,
3 hours for each 3 hours for each panel next week because it might be a bitch fest if all this happens. We might be the midnight on both panels.
I just hope they do not fan pander by having 27 more minutes of Grogu in this episode.
I don't know.
I want to see them actually fulfill the Rancor. Is he going to ride the Rancor?
No,
yeah, we hadn't had that training yet either. 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's like makes no sense. Oh yeah, so he rides in on a Rancor. It's like, yeah, what? You didn't even show us that.
Like a banta.
It's like jumping on those, like he was jumping on those speeder bikes with the sand people. They got to show him jumping off on that Rancor like 4 or 5 times for like 10 minutes. So.
Yeah, I mean it's whatever. All right, Shellback.
I am going to give it an FJ for furry Jawas.
Oh man!
Do I have to do this?
Send the turtle to the ring. Send the
I mean, really? Is that really what we're trying to do here?
I would have been disappointed if you hadn't.
Hey, say hello to that stormtrooper down there.
Yeah, all right. Okay. Furry Jawa, really? Okay.
Yeah. Okay, well, I mean, if I have to be serious about it, I'll it was another like, C minus ish. I don't know.
Okay.
Neighborhood.
Mm-hmm. All right. And any predictions other than it's going to end and you'll be happier?
Well, what's the I can't never remember. What's the mechanic chick's name? Anybody remember?
Yeah, whatever. I don't know.
Anyway,
isn't it Dottie?
Dottie.
Well, Well, anyway, my prediction is mechanic chick girl is going to she's going to get back together with that Jawa that she went out with.
Oh, oh my god. It is
Freaking Eli, you sounded like a freaking
Peli
gremlin.
Pelimoto. Pelimoto. What's her name?
Bye-bye.
See, we're going into the mechanic shop, and the little robot's eyes are popping up. I'm like, oh.
And we're gonna have the scene. That like Mando will be coming back to to Mos Espa or Mos Eisley, whatever. And he'll walk into the little garage area there, and then he'll be like, where is she? And one of her droids will be like, point up to the window, and then you'll hear,
You see them glowing red eyes in the window.
Oh dear God. What has been started here?
we got a thing. It's called Jawa Love.
She's got Jawa fever.
Yeah.
All right. Number one, final thoughts. Great.
Grade is incomplete.
Love it. Great.
It was expelled.
Yeah.
Basically, they turned in an incomplete assignment, huh? It's
Yeah.
great. Nice.
Sign the
Okay.
paper.
All right. And any thoughts on what we'll see?
Yeah, I mean, the Book of Jawa Love would be a great series.
Put it on Hulu. Put it on Hulu.
All right. It's only fair since you brought that up now. And since Jason was the one that started talking about the whole love scene or whatever, I gotta kick him out too, really quick. So it's only fair that if I do it to them. All right, continue, sir.
Yeah, I hope. In a way, I hope Boba isn't even in the final episode. I hope Disney throws us like that, man. That'd be awesome.
Boba's like Venom in the Spider-Man movie. He's over on the beach drinking margaritas.
I think they'll show him just in the end credit scene, because I always throw an end credit scene on the last episode. So that'll be the only part that Boba will be in this next episode.
He'd be sitting there with a Mai Tai in his hand, sitting on some beach somewhere with this giant ocean.
Yeah.
What do you think I was going to do? Fight that war? Fuck that!
And he opens up the shower, and that was all a dream type. He opens up his tank, and it's all a dream type deal.
Oh
Yeah.
wow! God,
I mean, they could do that. At this point, sometimes that might be a better option.
The whole thing was a dream. God, really, that would be freaking.
They're gonna Bob Hope it? No, don't.
Oh,
Or
that wasn't Bob Hope.
Bob Newhart.
That was Newhart.
Bob Newhart. Yeah. Sorry, wrong Bob.
No,
All right.
And then Dallas, remember?
Or St.
Yes.
Elsewhere. That's right, St. Elsewhere.
It was in Dallas. The
Well,
Bobby.
St. Elsewhere was worse. Because
Yeah.
St. Elsewhere,
Damn.
if you remember, St. Elsewhere sat there and, they had done so many tie-ins with other series that by the time St. Elsewhere ended, and you had this autistic boy with the snow globe that had the hospital in it, now you have to think, they tied over to, I want to say Cheers had a quick episode with it or something. They tied it in with so many different series that now basically all these series are in this little snow globe in the kid's mind. Basically. Yeah, anyways. All right. Anything else?
No, I mean,
Okay.
like I said, I gave up on it, so I could care less what happens, really.
I think, honestly, as much as I don't hate this series, I really feel like the past couple weeks and like maybe 3 weeks in a row, they have literally been throwing him back into the Sarlacc pit. Literally, constantly throwing him back in. Because, let's be honest, it was an unceremonious way of being written out of the movie. Because it was by accident, you know. Han flips back, hits his pack, he goes and he flies and he hits it. I mean, that's such a crappy way to go out, but they keep doing it. Basically, they're like, "Hey, yeah, he was always just thrown into the Starlight Pit. He was just this and whatever," and they just keep doing it to him. They're dragging a character that has so much potential through the mud. And I mean, I hope that the last episode is something decent. I don't want to see it all wrapped up. I do not want to see Boba Fett killed. What's the point of bringing him back anyways if you're going to just kill him off?
Well, in those books that you keep saying that don't count, Boba Fett became Mandalore.
I know, and I'd much rather see that. That would make sense. But I don't know if they're going to do that. I think what I would like to see, basically, like I said, this be the start of the war next week, and then to find out that they have a lot of Mandalorian season 3 pretty much ready, and we get Obi-Wan next, and then they go Book of Mandalorian season 3, which continues the war. Boba Fett stays in there, then he goes off with either Bo-Katan or what's Mandalorian's real name?
Din Djarin.
Yeah, thank you, Din Djarin, and becomes Mandalore. I mean, that would work for me. I just don't want to see whatever they're going to do with this wrapped up, because it can't be wrapped up satisfactorily. There's just nothing you can do with all the stuff you set up to finish it in one episode. So it only makes sense to let this continue and ride into season 3, especially since Disney and Lucasfilm said this is basically Mandalorian season 2.5. So because of that, I lead more to they're going to put this to season 3 and bring Boba Fett back into it.
Right in like a bantha.
Yeah, basically.
Like a bantha.
And then maybe we get an Omega in it too.
Yeah, where is she?
Anyways, guys, thank you very much to everybody who watched in the chat. I appreciate all you guys being here. Deeds just showing up at the end. Guys, thank you to my panel. I appreciate all you guys coming on here. And again, no matter what the opinions are of the panel or of the people in the chat, this channel is about opinions. You can have your opinion. If you absolutely loved these episodes, if you absolutely loved the Book of Boba Fett, more power to you. I'm glad you can find all the great things in your opinion. When we talk about it, a lot of people have asked me, they're like, why are you guys trashing it? Or why are certain people trashing it if they don't like it, why are they watching it? Well, because a critic doesn't not go see a bad movie because they don't want to, because it's a bad movie. They go see it because that's what they do. So all of us are here because we feel it's what we do to give you our opinion, but it's also your duty to go and actually watch it yourself so you can formulate your own opinion. So by no means are we trying to tell you what to think of this series, of these series. We're just here to tell you what we think about them. So please remember that that's what this channel is about, is opinions, and we're about all opinions. Like I said in the last one, if you love The Last Jedi and think it is the best movie of the Star Wars series, besides us crying and praying for your quick recovery of whatever crazy disease you have, we'll accept it. And
I wanted to add on that if you don't agree with our opinion, none of us is John Lovett, so it stinks.
Yeah. Anyways, I appreciate everybody giving me the time on this panel. Thank you so very much to all of you guys. We're going to go around one more time, talk about your channels and what you got going on right now. We'll start down with number one. Number one, please tell everybody about yourself and your channel again, please.
Number one is my channel, and like I said, I'm taking a little break because I'm getting ready to move. So after that, once I get everything back set up, then I'll start doing some streams again.
Okay, great. Lighty, Showback.
Yeah. Like I said at the beginning, just pay attention to my Twitter. It's the same as my YouTube channel, Showback TJC. And for details on my my birthday stream that I'm planning Tuesday.
Okay, very good. And Elihu, tell everybody about your channel, what you got going on.
I have a science show every Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, 12 p.m. Pacific Time, called What's Up with the Universe. You know, we talk astronomy, astrophysics, all that sciencey stuff. We look up in the sky and go, that was that. Well, tune in to find out. I also do these little parody funny videos. If you guys like Baby Grogu, check out my little video I made on my channel. It's called Grogu's Day Out. And there's also named at 2.5 an hour. I might show up, I might not. Tryouts, but I've been on that show, and Jason and I want a rematch. So, and Chris JJ himself, we can't hear.
Oh yeah, thank you. Jay, all right, Jason, go ahead.
What's up, Jason Lee Tucker? Jason Lee Tucker Statement. I have a show every Friday night with me and the Ausinator, late night snack at 11 o'clock. Got a couple more shows probably going to be this week, maybe Wednesday or Thursday. Got one, like I said, a coffee break show with a local coffee producer here in where I live. Also, this weekend, probably going to have a wrestling stream because I'm going to a wrestling thing on Saturday, so we'll probably have a stream on Sunday on that. Basco, right next to me, Basco, we have the Hangout on Wednesday at 8 o'clock. Also here, our last show next week will be on here on Chris Night. So Chad, everybody, find a friend, invite them to the show next week because that's the big finale. So let's, both roundtables. Let's try to get some more people here at Khaos Central. Like you got friends that they like watching YouTube. They don't have to have a channel. Just if they like watching YouTube, they got, as long as they got a, invite them to watch the show and share the show. Try to let's have a packed house next week.
Yes, indeed, for sure. All right, Gaiskar, tell everybody about yourself and your channel, please.
Buenas noches todo el mundo. Me llamo Gaiskar. The Basco Scenario es el canal. El Hangout los miércoles a las 20 horas y Hold Up Wait los viernes a las 20 horas. And that's what we got. For the English, tune in the beginning of the episode where I said everything in English. Thank you, Chris, for having me.
Khaos Centro de Deportes, or whatever, however you would say it. Wow. Okay, very good. Bilingual and all. I'll try to remember what you said. Yeah. Thank you, everybody. Again, I'm Chris Knight. The Real Review 3000 is my channel. ADHD for YouTube, as I say. Games, reviews, interviews, all sorts of stuff. Tomorrow would be the Gospel According to Chris. Might have a gaming stream in the afternoon. I don't know. Just got some stuff going on. Hopefully we'll be getting back to the regular schedule. This past week was kind of weird. Had computer issues. Lost my voice last week. Whatever. Lots of that stuff. So, with that said, though, I do want to tell you guys, KhaosCentral.com. Check it out. Trying to get some more people. If you'd like to write interviews or reviews of movies, books, music, games, anything like that, we got all that stuff over there. Looking for more people to write and try to get that stuff, get new stuff up there. We got Khaos Central on Twitter at Central Khaos. We got it on Instagram. We're on Odyssey. We are on BitChute. We will soon be on Twitch. So if you're a gamer and you want to become a part of the Khaos Central gaming team, let me know. We'll go ahead and work out some things, maybe some games where we fight each other, COD, stuff like that. I don't know. We're looking at what we're going to do with that. Mystic Shadows, good to see you too. So with all that said, I appreciate all of you guys being here. I appreciate everybody in the chat. And don't forget, tonight, over on Hanstar's channel, Deej already put it in the chat. We're doing Name That Tune tryouts over there. It'll be Deej and myself, Team Hanstar, and we're looking to get back into the groove of things over there. Start finding more people. We've got at least 4 new people for this season of Name That Tune. Jason Lee Tucker, Lihu, Candy Cane, and I think Ashley was the other one. I think Shifty's going to come by today. Only thing we ask is that you make sure you have a plugged-in connection, because it really helps. If you're on Wi-Fi, lots of times that can give you a lag and that hurts you. But we're going to see who we can get on there tonight. So go check that out. Deej put that in the comments right there. And we're going to be going here really quick. I got to jump over there and go live. So, guys, thank you very much. Everybody here on the panel, thank you very much. And with that said, peace.
Later.
Peace.